On Thursday, November 13th, I had 11 hours of screen time. If you also have a similar time, then now I will tell you about 7 tips with which you can improve your studying. The last tip is the most effective. Tip 1. Plan your day. If you spend a lot of time in front of the screen, then you should to learn how to use this time correctly and with benefit, and not just watch some funny videos all the time. I think you have already heard more than once in self-development videos that you need to plan your day. This will help you clearly know what you need to do during the day, and you will be able to approximately calculate the time for each task. I will be honest, I know that people who also have a very long screen time, but in most cases they spend this time just watching some funny videos, texting with friends, playing games, that is, they have fun during this time. Of course, having fun is also important, but you should not forget to do something to achieve your goals. If you want to get a good grade, you need to study for this. And if you have a lot of screen time, you can change, for example, games to reading a few pages of a book. You can start like this and then change the rest as well. Every day write a list of all the tasks that you have to do during this day, and try to make it so that you see it often. For example, if you write it somewhere in notes on your phone, then place these notes, I mean application where this notes is written, on the main screen, that when you turn on your phone you immediately see it. This will really help you not to forget about the task list, because it often happened to me that I wrote all the tasks, started to do them, but then I got distracted somewhere, forgot about the list, and then only at the end of the day I look at it and I didn't complete many tasks that I could have done if I had simply not forgotten about the list. Tip 2. Read ebooks. You have a lot of screen time, which means that you are not interested in paper books. It's cool that ebooks now exist. They are cheaper, you can buy them and study. And if you use a tablet, you can write something on a separate notebook. Draw to better understand and remember this material. And imagine how your studying can grow if you spend a lot of time reading. You can overtake all your classmates and improve your grades. Just understand what books you need now. Buy them or maybe on the website of the university or the discipline you study, you can download them for free and start studying so that most of all screen time is used to achieve your goals. I personally also use ebooks. It's convenient for me and I can take only my phone with me, but several ebooks can be downloaded there, and this saves space. But I also read paper books, and honestly I like them more, because I can turn pages myself. It's some other feeling that I like more. The main thing is to read books, and it's not so important in electronic or paper format. Tip 3. Use a timer. Unexpectedly so. How can a timer improve your studying? It can be used in different ways. For example, you can set a timer for 40 minutes, and then when it rings, rest for 10 or 15 minutes. Then set the timer for 40 minutes again. With the help of this, you will not want to do anything else. For example, play games. Because you set the timer and you do it only when you are studying. And time is running out, so you need to start studying something. This works on a psychological level, and during that time the timer is running, you will have a higher concentration. I tried it on myself and it really works. Because without it you can study, then by chance you were just looking for some information, but by chance you entered some game, started playing and spent an hour on it. And then you regret that you didn't study this time. But if you had a timer set before that, it could stop you from entering the game, because time is running out and you have to study this time. Also, for example, if you want to learn to memorize material very quickly, you can also use a timer for this. Tip 4. Subscribe to bloggers who are talking about studying. If everyone around you is studying, learning something, then you will also start doing it, and it will be much easier for you psychologically. You will not even want to play games, because this will be your game. Everyone is studying and you are also with them. Look at what bloggers you are currently subscribed to. Are there bloggers who are motivated you to study and talking about some life hacks about studying? If not, then you need to fix this, because if you want to study for high grades, then you need to know everything about studying. I personally study at a medical university, and I can tell you something about studying, because I study almost every day, not only medicine, but also, for example, English. By the way, write in the comments what do you think of my accent. Please write, I must know. When I look at bloggers who write something, talk about how to study better, I wanted to study myself. I think you noticed that when you watched some blogger who played a game, and you really wanted to play this game right now too. I'm not saying that you should only subscribe to bloggers who talk about studying. No, watch different bloggers on different topics. I'm saying that part of your subscriptions must be about studying. Like people who like football, they subscribe to many football players, watch videos about football and so on. You should do something something similar, but with studying. With this you will know all the latest study methods. You will be motivated to study and so on. Tip 5. Take a break from your phone and studying. Even despite my high screen time, I also rest, because without it there is no way. You need to restore energy, and if you think that the longer you study the better, then I think that this is wrong. After all, if you study for many hours in a row, the quality of your studies will decrease, and you will feel very tired. So you need to rest on time, not when you are already very tired and have only one study in your head, but on time. As I said in this video, you can study for 40 minutes and then 10 minutes of rest, or 1 hour of study and 20 minutes of rest. You can create your own schedule. When I use my phone for a long time without rest, I feel very tired, that I don't want to do anything. I don't even want to watch movies either. I just want to sleep. It's better to just rest on time. But what to do during rest to quickly rest? I have tried many ways. I have watched movies for 10 or 20 minutes. I watched some funny videos, but what works best for me is exercise. Just pull-ups on the horizontal bar and so on. The main thing is to distract yourself from studying, and talking to friends or family also works very well. After that I recover much better than after watching part of a movie. Of course I don't always rest like that. Sometimes I want to watch an interesting video on YouTube, so you can do it differently. You can try what works best for you and use it. Tip 6. Organize all the applications on your phone by categories. I think that you, like me, downloaded a lot of different applications on your phone, and often it looks like a mess. They are chaotically located in your phone, and you only know where the applications that you use every day are. And it happens that you can't find an application for a long time. Also, you could spend a few seconds on it if you organized all your applications correctly. So what do I suggest? Take and organize all the applications by different categories. For studying a separate category, for rest in another, and so on. This will save you time searching for an application, because sometimes I can look for an application for a long time. So for convenience, it's better to organize your applications like this. It's necessary that there is order everywhere, because it also affects your motivation to study. Of course, it affects a little, but anything that has any impact, we have to take into account. Because if you have a mess on your phone, all the applications are chaotically placed, then you may have a little lower motivation to study, because you will sit down now, start studying something, then you will need to find some application, but you don't know where is it. You will have to look through each application, look for the one you need. This can take a lot of time, so it's easier to just not start studying something. This is how you can decide, and in this case you will have to use your willpower and start studying. But if there is order on your phone, then all this will work in a positive direction, and you will have even greater motivation to study, because the phone is in order. You can find any application in a few seconds, so you can start studying. These are all small details, of course, but it's also important to pay attention to this. Tip 7. Use artificial intelligence. As I said at the beginning of the video, the last tip will be the most effective, and in our world, neural networks are very effective. They save us hours of time that we would spend searching for information. Personally, I mainly use Gemini and ChatGPT. How can you improve your studying with their help? For example, he can explain everything to you that you don't understand, and which is very important. Even if after he explained it to you, and suddenly if you still don't understand, then you can ask him to explain again. Explain him in detail what answer you want to hear. Many teachers, for example, don't like to be asked the same question twice, if they have already explained it before. But with artificial intelligence, you can ask it as many times as you need to fully understand the material. You can also use it to improve your skills. For example, you want to improve your memory. Ask him about the best strategies for improving memory. When he writes you an answer, you can try some strategies and find one or more that will work best for you. If you don't like these strategies, then ask him to write about others' strategies. In this way, you can improve any skill you need. Artificial intelligence can be used in other ways that will also help you become a better version of yourself.